A lot of times, man, brothers, we be talking a lot of shit, man. Like, hey, I'm gonna get 1,000 women, man. We don't deserve no fucking 1,000 women. We don't deserve no spiritual power, man. We shit, man.
We deserve that.
Yeah, man, we deserve for real. That's why, man, whatever happened to you, if your younger brothers too, man, whatever happened to you on your day-to-day life, man, your car get fucking. You said what?
No,
yeah, we had it coming, man. Your car get, you get a ticket on your car, man. You get a fucking flat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your woman leave you. You deserve it, man. You deserve it, man. You got something?
I got something. This is Jeremiah 5:25. Your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholded good things from you.
Yeah, man. It said your sins, man, have did what?
It said your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholded good things from you.
Oh, what's the good things? Oh, the women, the riches, the palaces. You know what I mean? The other planets. That's the reason why you don't get. You know, the brotherhood. The reason why you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans don't get what you want is because you vain and your mind ain't on the Most High, man. And what shows you that, because when you get, the minute you get money, you take your ass to the Bahamas somewhere, and then you just
go out the window.
Yeah, the scriptures go out the window, man. When you read in Deuteronomy, the scriptures say, Jeshurun wax fat and kick, man. Meaning, once you get that money, when Jake living good, man, you do away from the Most High, man. It's like a fucking doormat, man. I gotta use this prop, man. It's like this the Most High to niggas, man. This is the Most High to niggas, and like once you get on, man, it's like you don't need the doormat no more, man. But now when you fucked up, now you want the doormat, man. You can't do that, man. It don't work like that, man. You gotta be in the spirit all times, man.
Hey, and when they go to jail, man, that's a big thing because everybody they go back to the scriptures, so they don't even need no money, man. They can be locked up, man. They go to the scriptures, man. Everybody fill up the church, man. When they locked up, as soon as they get out, man,
Yeah, like I was saying, man. Like just look at the Jasons walk past, man. You can guarantee these niggas ain't thinking about the Most High, man. And that's real talk, man. Like I said, like I was just saying, only time Jake want the Most High is like when you going through some trouble, man. Like how he just read, man. You got something?
I got something.
No, bring yours out first.
It's Proverbs 8. I'm gonna start at 32. It says, "Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watcheth daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord."
Speak on that.
All right, so hey, that's what he said. Watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. Okay, basically always being outside of the house of the, well, in the house of the Most High, but you know as a metaphor. All right, just like waiting on somebody outside of somebody's house every day. All right, that's why it says, "For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord." And that favor goes into those good things, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, so that's like the point the brother was making. You got to be diligent, man, persistent. You know what I'm saying?
Perseverance.
Yeah, not just
Oh yeah, Salaki, yeah. I'm gonna get back to the curses, yeah. Oh yeah, Salaki, yeah. We had rear, throw it out. We was talking about the curse, we talking about the curses, man. Like that was the spirit though, you know what I'm saying? Cause you go back to the curses. That's the reason why you in a predicament, you know what I'm saying?
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Skip 15.
Verse 15.
Yeah, cause remember the first verse he said, if you do right, like meaning how we just going into, if you do the things that the Most High won't, you know what I mean? Stop getting lineups, stop smoking weed, stop committing adultery, stop eating pork, stop doing all those things, and then some, then the Most High gonna start blessing you, man. That's why brothers, like, that's why we starting to understand scripture more.
Man, I ain't
it's
had
true.
a lineup in a year, bro.
Yeah,
Jake be in the spirit about a lot of shit.
That's the spirit he ain't know.
That's good, that's good, yo. Go ahead. Because like I said, remember the first where he said, if you do good, I'm gonna do good to you.
Driving me crazy. I go to the hospital and then all the Edomites be there. I be like, what y'all want me to do? Dump y'all in some water?
Yeah.
What y'all, you know, and I got a crazy check, middle ground from the government, but I ain't, you know, my spirit man ain't.
It ain't really on that. But we got you.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Yeah, that's what you call right there. That's to the point, man. Like, cause you just read the first verse. If you listen to the Most High, you're gonna do good. The Most High gonna do good to you. But if the 15th verse just said, if you fuck up, now you ain't getting shit, man. It's that simple, man. Like, we ain't gotta go super deep into why. Like, that's the point right there, man. I mean, we could, but it ain't necessary. You know what I'm saying? You want to say something?
Yeah, but to get to the point, go to 65.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Go to
65 to
65.
66. Let's go straight to it.
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
I'm gonna start up at 64. This Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth, either unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou or thy forefathers even know, even wood and stone.
And that's what I'm about here, man. We got scattered over here through them ships, man. Like you read about the slave, you know what I mean? The triangular slave trade and all that shit, man. That happened because of your evil doings. Do we got a slave sign over here, y'all?
I think they took it. I remember taking it.
But
Lay your header down, bro.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
We just got this, like, as far as bondage.
Well, yeah, this sounds close, then, you know what I mean? But, like, when you read about the stories of our forefathers when they was in Egypt, right? And this is like now, all right? Same thing, man, all right? The modern day pharaohs, all right? Because the modern day pharaoh was our oppressor, right? It was just another nation, though, all right? It was the Hamites, man, all right? The Babylonians, man. They was over us, right? But now you have the modern day pharaoh, meaning bringing it up to date, which is the fucking white man. He's over us, man. You know what I'm saying?
God, preach that.
Go ahead,
This is Baruch 4:6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath.
Yeah, man. The Most High said you were sold to the other nations, not because of your destruction, not because he wanted to mess you up for real. It's because of your iniquities, man. Because you would not stop doing what the Most High required, man. Meaning, it's like you wouldn't do what the Most High required. Right. Like the Most High said, don't do this, don't do that, and it got to a point where our people just is like, you know what? I'm gonna commit some wickedness, but it's gonna be premeditated. All right, I'm already had this lamb, and I'm gonna have this ram for the sacrifice, and then once I go off, I'm gonna just sacrifice the ram. Because back then, when you went off, you had to go to the Levites to do a sacrifice. All right, you had to go say you a Levite is the Haitians. All right, you had to go to the Haitians, and then you have a ram or whatever, or a sheep or whatever, and then you had to get a sacrifice or whatever, right? Without blemish to get back in good standards with the Most High. But now it's to a point. It got to a point in Isaiah, I believe the first chapter. When you read the first chapter of Isaiah, it got to a point where the Lord he stopped dealing with it, man. Matter of fact, get it, man. It's like I'm gonna pass it. I'm passing it 1 yard.
Can I finish this last?
Yeah, finish it. It's like finish it. Yeah, because that was the point. Yeah.
Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
It say, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to God.
Yeah, you can speak on truth.
Yeah, man. That's plain. You sacrifice unto the devils and not to God.
Come.
Oh, they was giving their children over to
Molech,
to Molech,
you know what I mean? Yep.
Yeah.
Other gods too, man.
That's what they do now.
Yeah, that's what they do now, man.
Abortion clinics and all that.
Yeah,
man, that's the biggest murderer in America. Abortion.
Hell yeah, man. What you think Jake doing, man? When you go to when you celebrate Christmas, man, that's a major holiday to our people, man. It has nothing to do with our people, man. But niggas like fucking with that shit, man. That's why there's a reason why Lord judging us, man. It is what it is, man.
Thanksgiving, though.
I think it go down to 8.
Yeah, sit down and have dinner with the Indians after they took their land and make a holiday and call it Thanksgiving. No, I'm just my ideology.
I was gonna say for December the 25th, that's representing Saturn God. Is that what it is? Like that's something
it's worshiping the I know they start worshiping the sun god because I know the sun disappear. So when the sun comes back, they start worshiping the sun god.
But no, I think
it's
right.
longer nights. But yeah, you're right.
It do go back to Saturnalia, but it also go back to Nimrod.
Nimrod,
exactly.
right?
It's a couple different.
Nimrod.
Yeah, it is.
It's all in one.
When you putting them presents in the fire or whatever, it's like I could say it's like you offering the gift to Nimrod, yeah, because that was perfect what you said, man.
And there was a lot of wickedness going on because it was longer nights.
Yep.
Then because wintertime is night a lot. It get dark quick, so there was a lot of wickedness going on with longer nights. Yep. And then when the sun came back around in January, February, the sun. They start working with the sun god now.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, it is different variations of it. You know what I mean? Of the story.
But it all go back to to the Egyptians when we learned a lot of these false idols anyway. The Egyptian had a strong hold to us. Till to the death, and Babylonians, of course. But that was cool. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, that's
Baruch 4:8. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have read Jerusalem that nursed you. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jerusalem, the motherland, nursed us. Our power, he gave it to us, and and we went off. Let's say for when she saw the wrath of God coming upon you, she said, "Hearken, and you dwelled about Zion."
You
wanted this in Isaiah still?
Yeah, you can still grab just for edification.
It's Isaiah 1:14. It says, "Your new moons and your appointed feasts my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them."
Well, it should talk about the sacrifices though. It said, I'm weary, I am done with your sacrifices. Yeah, Isaiah
1.
Isaiah 1 and 1?
Oh no, Isaiah 1 and 9.
Okay,
14.
Yeah.
I started at 14.
Go to 11. It's 11. Go to 11. Yeah, 11 was the point I was speaking of.
Isaiah 1 and 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of your burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he-goats.
Yeah, because remember we was talking about the Lord, when you went off back in the ancient world, you had to go to the Levites for a sacrifice, all right? A ram or a lamb or a ram without a blemish, all right? It had to be spotless, all right? And like I said, it was now in time Isaiah, the Lord got fed up with it, man. So he was like, man, hell with that, man. I ain't accepting shit, man. All right, because they was premeditated. They was thinking about it before it happened, man. Meaning like if you about to go commit adultery, you go, shit. All I'm gonna do, I'm about to go commit adultery. All I'm gonna do is go grab this lamb and I'm gonna be good, man. It was premeditated. You know what I'm saying? Like they already thought about it. You know what I mean? So the Lord's like, man, the hell, I'm done with that shit. Cause all you're gonna do is gonna keep doing the same thing, man. So like I said, that's why the sacrifice is done away with, because when Yahushua got on scene, he died, that did away with the sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no need for the sacrifice no more. Because he was ultimate. When you read the scriptures and understand it, he was the lamb without blemish, man. Alright? Because he walked the scene, he ain't had no sins. That's what a lamb without blemish, going back to the ancient world, it had to be spotless. Yahushua, when he was here, he was spotless. He ain't commit no sin, just like the lamb. All right, it was parabolic. It was flawless, man. Parabolic. But
you put spirit on me now.
Oh yeah,
man. I gotta speak on that.
You can step up to in a minute. I'll read for you.
This is Hebrews 3 and 1. Wherefore, holy brethren, partakers of heavenly calling, consider the apostles of high priests of our profession. Say Christ Jesus. Well, we know the name, Yahushua, who was faithful to him that appointed him, and also Moses was faithful in all his house. For this man was counted worthy more glory than Moses. Talking about Yahushua. He was counted more worthy and more glory than Moses. Because Moses was basically like the priest then.
Oh yeah.
You know, his brother Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah,
and
started with Aaron.
Started with Aaron, of course. So I'm gonna just get that right. In the house have more honor. It say more worthy, more glory than Moses. Meaning because the process of Moses, the laws of Moses was the process of how we do things, man. Which the brother from Dallas always say, man, that was practice, man. Now we in the real game. The real game is Yahushua, man. This is the real game. Now,
it was a scrimmage.
That was just scrimmage, how we do things. When you in the real game, you really got to hit your opponent, man. You really got to, it was just, of course, it was practice back in the laws of, back in the ancient world, sacrifice. But the ultimate sacrifice came, the real thing came. And it say, in as much he who had builded the house have a more honorable house than the house. Right. It say, for every house is built by some man, but he that built all things is God. And verily basically the point is that when Yahweh Shah came, he built it a whole new system. And that's when he was on the cross and he had passed away, the temple rented. It was no longer needed.
Yeah, that was symbolic of the pretty much the old covenant and all that. It was done away with.
It was done away with. It was more the real thing is about to come. The real game is about to come. The Lord actually became the mercy seat. Because you go inside to go to the mercy seat and the holiest place in the temple. You go to the veil and you see the appearance of the Most High. Okay? Yeah, so, just to land back off you, man.
That's perfect, that's perfect.
Yeah, man, so.
I mean, like, did you have a topic? Whatever.
Yeah, kind. Oh, all right. All right.
Keep going into that, or
if you got something on that, you got. Oh, no, but like.
I came to bring better promises and all that.
Yeah, kind. You and your brother look.
Yeah, I was like, hey, how about you? You quote scriptures that brother ain't bring out the wall. You like, damn. Hey, shit, man. Brother got that terrible fucking memory, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because right now we living in the times of the Gentiles right now. So we're gonna get Luke 1 and 24. Luke 1 and 24.